Hey Mama, I have a super exciting surprise in this sheet of paper. I cannot wait to share this news. It's been a long time coming, over a year in the making. This is partially why I've been so MIA lately. There were times I never thought this was gonna happen. There were times I thought it was crazy. There were times I thought it was gonna be too late. But here we are today and we are thrilled to share this news. Okay, enough of the tease. Are you ready?
One more time.
Yes, Michael and I are having a baby. What? You said you were done having babies. I said that? Yeah, you said it a bunch of times. 2 is working out really well. Not having to change another diaper is really awesome. I just feel like we are there. Okay, maybe I did say that, and I really felt that way at the time. We had our boy, we had our girl, we were so blessed, and we were done. But then Michael and I spent a year of our life working on this little project called the Mama Natural Week by Week Guide to Pregnancy and Childbirth.
One more time.
But seriously, I got baby fever, something fierce. We both did. And then we just started reflecting, like maybe we should just try for one more. And it's such a precious window and it's such a short time period when they're babies and we could just love on it. And I'm sure Paloma and Griffin would love it. And so finally, I was like, okay, we need to surrender this. We need to pray about it. And that's when I felt like I got this word from God.
Hold on. Are you sure you want to go there in this video?
Yes, honey, it's a huge part of the story. Besides, they all know that I love me some Jesus.
All right then, let your light shine.
Yeah, so when I prayed, I literally felt like I heard the Lord sing over me, I have someone for you, you shall name her. And I'm not gonna say the name, I'm gonna leave that as a surprise. And as I'm hearing this, I'm literally weeping, just bawling, because it was just so unexpected. I mean, I really thought I was done. I never would have thought I was gonna be going for a 3rd child. And it was just one of the most beautiful moments of like my faith journey. And so I was like, okay, we're gonna go for this. We're gonna try. And unlike the other 2 births that I've had, like we always found out the sex. I knew I was having a boy, I knew I was having a girl with Griffin and Paloma. This time I'm like, I wanna totally surrender this. Like this is God's child. I do not wanna know. I am just gonna be in trust and in faith. And, you know, even though he gave me this girl's name, I have to be honest, if I were to solely go just on my symptoms, it feels so much more like my boy pregnancy than my girl one. So right before the book launch, we're like, let's do this, let's dive in. Michael always loved trying to have babies. So we got right to business and it happened right away. We got pregnant and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like this is happening. And then I had a miscarriage. And then I was like, okay, well, you know, maybe that was just like, you know, it was really early and let's try again. And then I tried again and I had another miscarriage. And I just had these series of miscarriages and I'm like, well, maybe this wasn't meant to be. Like maybe I'm crazy and that was just my own voice and all this isn't meant to be. And I just went through this kind of like dark night of the soul of just anger, confusion, sadness, like just disillusionment. And it finally just came to a place where I had to work through it, you know, in my relationship with God, where I just surrendered it. I'm like, you know what, regardless of what happens, like I still know that God is good. And he gave me this peace beyond circumstances and beyond understanding really. And I just surrendered it. I'm like, you know what, like it's your child anyway. And if you do have someone for me, you'll figure it out and you'll make it happen. And sure enough, a couple weeks later,
One more time.
so one day at a time, slowly but surely, I am now at 20 weeks of pregnancy, which I cannot believe. And I know that I'm telling you all later, I just needed this time to incubate, to be with this news, to take it one day at a time. I also wanted to tell my kiddos, and we just told them, and they're super excited. I also just got back from that mid-pregnancy ultrasound, and everything, thank you, Jesus, looked good. So I'm excited. I'm due at the end of September, early October. And I would love to say that this pregnancy has just been, you know, the spiritual, like, awakening. And I've just been like in bliss and just been in joy and gratitude. But that ain't true, okay? Because y'all, I'm 42 years old, okay? And being pregnant when you're 42 versus 35 is a big difference. Let me just tell you that. And I'm sure even way different if you're in your 20s. My first trimester, surprisingly, was like really easy. I didn't have morning sickness. I really felt good. But my second trimester has been really hard, just tired and lots of sinus pressure and headaches. Now it hasn't been like so debilitating that I'm like bedridden, but it definitely just isn't pleasant. Like I'm just tired and I just don't feel, I feel pregnant. I just don't feel like normal, if that makes sense. So it's been tough some days. I'm like, oh my gosh, like am I going to be able to do this? Like, can I wake up in the middle of the night and feed a baby and burp a baby and change the diapers, do da, 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 da. But I'm keeping the faith because I'm named after a woman who also gave birth at 43. And I'm like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it with God's help. So say a little prayer for us, if you would, that we just, plug along here through this journey. So there you have it. I love you guys. I just want to thank you so much for all of your encouragement. You seriously lifted me up when I shared my miscarriage story. Just your comments, your encouragement. So many of you were like, don't give up. The story's not over. And you gave me faith. So thank you for that. And we are so excited to welcome this new little member to our family. We'll keep you posted. I love you all so much, and we'll catch you next time.
One more time.